Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 82 of Two Amazon Sellers and a Microphone, brought to you by Sellozo. Today, it's just Chris and myself. We're actually going to be two Amazon sellers talking to you with no guests. But we have a lot of really cool information to go over. There's a lot of changes and updates and things that Amazon is putting out. So we're going to definitely cover all those things that you can really check in your account right now and make some adjustments for these. So it'll be fun to go over these big updates that are coming up. Before we do, though, if you're watching us right now on YouTube, you need to subscribe to this channel. Subscribe and turn on notifications. You're notified when we go live. We do this every day, and we're trying to bring you the most up-to-date information about everything on Amazon. We try to bring on as many experts as we can in the space. So this is a great spot for you to get just up-to-date information about Amazon. So make sure you subscribe. If you're watching us live on our Facebook right now, make sure you like the Sellozo page. Turn notifications on for the Sellozo Facebook page, and you'll be notified again when we go live. And of course, if you're listening to us on the podcast, make sure whatever podcast platform you're on that you subscribe to the podcast so you know when we have new episodes out. All right, we got all the subscribe things.
Enough of the housekeeping.
Yeah, guys, if you all would just subscribe, then I won't have to talk about that anymore. So just subscribe. But all right, well, let's dig into this, Chris. There's some big things coming up right now that people need to be aware of inside Amazon. So let's go through them. We got three of them that we're going to really tackle today. A biggie, they announced Prime Day, and they've opened up when we can start putting our deals out right now. We want to be doing that. So Amazon just announced a couple days ago that Prime Day is going to be July 12th and 13th. So it's always exciting. They're back to the July. We had a little brief delay last year where they moved October, but we're back to the July timeframe. And now if you go in, you're going to start seeing that you're eligible to start setting up deals for Prime Day. So a little bit, Chris. That's important.
Yeah, go to your account. You're going to pull up. You'll like when you create lightning deals, you'll start to see where it'll have a Prime window option. So you want to get those deals submitted because here in like a couple of weeks, you won't be able to do that anymore. 2 to 3 weeks, like the middle of April, they'll stop doing that. So if you're going to do lightning deals, if you have the inventory, if you want to participate in it, go to your deals page and you'll create the deals. They're going to be in there. And you'll choose the Prime window option, and you'll select it, and then Amazon will take it, and you'll get your product in the lightning deal. So I recommend doing it. It's a really good time to, liquidate some inventory. If you're trying to move away from a product, you want to get rid of it, like sell it thin, liquidate it thin. I have a product I'm gonna do that with. Or if you've got a product that you recently just launched and you're trying to get some sales on it, this could be a good time to get some eyeballs on it, get some sales on it. So. Yeah, you're gonna want to do these because if we've seen what we see in the past, Amazon just is going to promote it. And I would imagine this one's going to be pretty massive too, especially with how things went in 2020.
And we talked about this before Prime Day last year. The impact of that amount of sales, especially if you are doing a Prime. I mean, everyone's sales are most likely going to increase anyway on Prime Day. Mm-hmm. But if you're doing a deal, I mean, that could be your biggest day of the year by a long shot. And the impact of that sales velocity on your BSR and your organic rank can be huge. And it can last a long time after Prime Day. I mean, that can really pump you if you've been slipping or anything in your organic rank. Just across the board, you should be doing every Prime Day deal that you're eligible for. And it's interesting. I mean, a long time ago, back in the day, you could do Prime Day deals almost right up until Prime Day. The option was still open to get in there, and that is not the case anymore. I don't know what the exact window is, but if you miss it, you're not going to be able to get your Prime Day deal in.
Yeah, you definitely want to get in there. I haven't done a Prime Day deal. I didn't do it, and I noticed it. Like your sales are maybe like a 10% higher, but other than that, you're not really getting the benefit of it. So We'll probably talk a little bit more about it as we get closer. We'll do an episode on like what you can do. But right now, like main thing, get some inventory. If you're running low, you want to get that rolling because you're going to need it.
Yeah, well, I mean, you may get a little bump in sales, but if you don't do a Prime Day deal and your competitor does, they're going to get all the impact. I mean, they're going to get a huge bump in ranking and sales velocity, et cetera. So yeah, that's a biggie. We just want to make sure everyone's aware that you can now submit Prime Day deals. So don't overlook that. Don't miss the window they have open for that. That's a big one for today. All right. Another interesting thing that Amazon has released, I don't know, a week ago or 2 weeks ago, is the ability to upload documents. And these documents go on your listing. So it's pretty cool. There's a lot of products I sell that have guides and user guides and all these, and I'm using these as I'm using inserts or follow-up emails. Now it's going around in the listing. And like we always say, if there's a space where you can put valuable information or a differentiator on your listing that can separate you from your competition, you should do it. So I think there's been a lot of chatter right now in the space about documents and just all the potential applications that we might have for these.
Yeah, and this was what we used to do back in the day is we would follow up with an email and we would add that attachment to that follow-up email that would be sent out to the customer. Well, now we can just add it to the listing and that can be right there. So if you got a product that like needs instructions or it has a lot of moving parts and people need to understand how to use it, like it's easy. Go ahead and get that uploaded. You're going to want to add that to your listing because that's what's going to be helpful when people get it. It could help like eliminate 1-star reviews. When people get that and they don't know what's going on and they don't know how to use the product, they're going to leave a bad review. So if you have a product that has moving parts or is electronic, definitely want to get your document uploaded. Now, currently this is for brand registry, brand owners is what I'm seeing on my end. Like you can only find it in the brand registry owners, but it's underneath your inventory tab. If you go to the inventory tab, there's a section at the very bottom that says manage uploaded documents. I think that's what it says. Dustin, is that right?
It says manage product documents.
Manage product documents. Yeah. So you'll want to put those there. So definitely something to add to your listings.
Yeah, and I'm it's very new. So I've been thinking about this over the last week of just different applications. I'm sure obviously there's a lot of ways to potentially abuse this and get, if you're linking to your website or anything like that, I'm sure those documents don't get approved. But the applications are pretty big. I mean, I'm in the exercise category. So workout guides that complement your product. I mean, that was a big add-on, but it was also work. Like that's an expense to have that printed and put it in your product. So if this is a way that can be downloaded right off the listing page and you can highlight that in your bullets or anything else where they can access this, it's a huge benefit because a lot of people, if stuff needs like a user guide or directions to put it together or something like that, this can really be a differentiator for people that are looking for that assistance as a part of an add-on to the product. And it time cost of probably minimal to get the document created. You could do it a PDF. You can make it on your computer, and it could be a big add-on. The other thing I was thinking about is something like a workout guide. I mean, they can just go to the listing and download it. So they might not even buy your product, but now they're going to have something where they're getting value and they're associating it with you and your product and your brand. So I really feel like there's opportunities with these additional resources that you can put on these products that could really be a benefit. That could be a differentiator. So I'm excited to see where it goes.
Yeah, it's gonna be kind of slow, I think, at the beginning. Like because customers aren't going to know where to go. I would assume they don't know where to download it at. So I think at the beginning, people are going to be kind of confused on where to find it. Now, until people start to find it or until it's more prevalent on the listing or until Amazon makes it, big and bold and where you can find it, I think it's going to be kind of tough. But, there's ways you could promote it, like make an image that says, go down here and click to download the PDF or whatever. So, I think at the beginning, it'll be a little bit slow, but it'll start to get some traction.
Sure. But again, it's going to be one of those things that not everybody adopts right away. So if you
Right.
can adopt it and you can make it a bit a competitive advantage, do it. It's not going to take you much time to put that together. So that's a big one. There's been a lot of talk about that. So make sure you're aware. If you are brand registered, you can go to the inventory tab. In the bottom of the menu, it says manage product documents. So go ahead, do that, and let us know what's happening. We'd love to hear from you guys about what you're doing with that, and how you're having success with it. So please let us know. All right. The third thing we want to talk about today, this is pretty big. This is pretty big on here. Is Amazon is going to take away some data we've been able to use in the past. This is the customer data, the customer fulfillment data. On April 8th, Amazon will no longer give us access to this, which is basically the customer's address. So, I mean, there's a lot of people that, and Chris, you and I talked about this before, but we can talk about more, but how you can use that address for additional marketing, and it's going away. So, Chris, tell them what they can do right now.
Yeah, if you haven't downloaded the fulfillment reports from your account, you want to get that done now. You can go back as far as 18 months. And what you're doing is you're just downloading month by month by month by month, just getting those reports so that you have that list. And then what you can do with that list is retarget it on Facebook, upload it to Facebook and run a retargeting ad to try to get those customers into your funnel. Now, maybe it's a little bit of a gray, but I mean, everybody's doing that. It's all over, especially in the supplement niche. So that no surprise why Amazon's getting rid of this. But to get it, if you see my screen here, what you want to do is you want to go to your reports up here at the top. And let me see if I can make my screen a little bigger. Here we go. Yeah, so you want to go to the reports here at the top, and you'll click on the fulfillment tab. That's going to pull up all the Amazon fulfillment reports. And then over on the left, underneath the sales section, it'll say Amazon fulfilled shipments right here. So you simply want to click on that. And then it'll give you a spot where you can request a CSV. But before you want to do that, you want to go down to the exact dates area. And you want to go back, just keep hitting the back button to as far as you can go. And it's going to stop me here in a second. It's right there. So grayed out. So October 3rd. And then I want to go back and I want to do it till the 31st. And that'll be 1 month. So I would download this as a CSV. I would name this 10/19. So I know that it's October 19th. And then I would do this again for November. Go to November and do the 1st and then go all the way down to 31st. So you're going to do this for every month. And you're going to create these CSV files and just have these in your back pocket. These are going to be something that you're going to use again for marketing, where you can drive traffic to Amazon, which I think they would like anyway. You're driving more traffic to Amazon.com. Again, so check that out. And you can see here, it'll show you upcoming changes effective April 8th. Amazon will no longer include the customer name and street address in these Amazon fulfilled shipments. So if you take anything away from this podcast, this would be the major one, I think. I think this is something that you want to at least download these reports, because if you haven't done that, if you never knew it existed, it's about to go away, and you want to make sure you have it at least in some of your files somewhere. So again, go to Reports tab, go down to Fulfillment. When you click on Fulfillment, go to the far left on the Sales section, on the Sales column, go down to the third one. It'll say Amazon Fulfilled Shipments. You click on that, and then you pick your event dates, and you want to go back as far as you can and just start downloading CSV files.
Yeah, that's good stuff, Chris. And whether or not you think the future, or if you don't have your strategies yet of how you would use that, like Chris said, you need to download it. It's customer data, your customer data that you have access to that's going to disappear. So even if you don't have a plan for it yet, just have it, like Chris said, in your back pocket. All right. Well, those are the three major sort of updates in the Amazon world right now. We're going to do this periodically, where we're going to just do a show on some things that you want to be on the lookout for, some changes that are happening. Like we always talk about, this is an ever evolving deal selling on Amazon. It changes all the time. And the only reason that Chris and I find out about these things is because we're listening to podcasts and watching YouTubes and in mastermind groups and talking amongst ourselves. We would never know this. I didn't know about the Amazon fulfilled shipments report until about an hour ago. Because Chris told me, and then we were talking about documents, all the stuff that we just went over today. So that's the update. We'll do this periodically. That's why it's really important to stay connected in this community so you know what's going on. That's why you should subscribe to the YouTube channel, the podcast, and the Facebook page so that you get these updates all the time. Now, if you need help with your advertising on Amazon, if you're just done with all the amount of work that you have to do to optimize your campaigns manually through Amazon and you want something to automate that process, or if you're just struggling in general with your ads and you need someone to help you design your campaign structure and your strategy, here for you. That's what we do at Sellozo. And Chris and I would love to show you the user interface, our software that can do this for you. We'd love to talk to your team that can help you with your accounts. So go to Sellozo.com. In the top right, you can start your free trial. That'll book a demo with me or Chris. We can talk about anything on Amazon. We can talk about strategy. We can show you the Sellozo platform, and we'd love to get you involved. You're going to really like what you see. It's a lifesaver when you can automate that process. So join us there for a demo, Sellozo.com, book a demo. That's it for today. We'll be back at this again tomorrow. Hope everyone got something out of this, and we'll see you next time.